Hi, hey, and all those other greetings of adventures. Welcome back to Spade Gals Original with Girla Cyclones Quincor Flora I Am Vlogs with me, Jake Spins, who does artworks. I do script stories like all the stuff that I mentioned, as well as vlogs, and I have a main channel on Spade Gals Productions where I do a bunch of gaming and unboxing stuff. Now, recently, you guys might know that the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct went out, and while there was some not so surprising things like Incineroar and Ken, we got some crazy stuff. We found out a lot about modes. We found a lot about Spares mode, which if you want to see my reactions to everything, definitely check that out. But we found out about the adventure mode, which is insane. But most importantly, to this video, we found out that Pihrana is the final smash of Piranha Plant. I keep doing that. Piranha Plant is in Smash Bros. As a playable character. That's the point. And because of this, I felt a few things. A, this is a very cool character. Very strange, very odd, and a little generic, but the moveset is really cool. But because of that, that meant that I had time to make a character art, and I'm only now realizing as I'm doing this intro. You guys are probably going to be a little upset. Okay, so basically, I did the art already, doing the intro, but I forgot the leaves, and everything is already done. Maybe I'll add them later, but in this video they won't be here, and I apologize for that because I actually don't have time to add them. But I still think that it's a really good art, and I'm actually very proud about how it turned out. And I mean, the leaves are something you usually don't see for Piranha Plant, so that's why I didn't think about it. But anyway, though, I'll see you guys as we're doing the artwork. Okay. Alright, so as Mario would say, let's go! I don't actually know how well that whole entire voice went, but here we go! It's Pihrana! Yep, I did it again. Piranha Plant. I'm telling you, I've been doing this the whole time. Before, I have talked about this, but before we found out the whole entire roster, my goals, or my wishes for the roster were Inkling, which we got immediately. First reveal made me super happy, but my original three were Inkling, Shantae, and Shadow. Now, I felt that Shantae and Shadow were the most likely, and later on, I was like, what if Pihrana was a playable character? But then I was like, no, I don't think they do that. Pihrana is pretty big, and it's just very unlikely. And then, lo and behold, they put Piranha Plant in, and then Pihrana is actually the final smash. Now, I will make a small correction. Everybody has been saying that Pihrana Plant turns into Pihrana. That's actually not the case. Piranha Plant is actually summoning him. If you look in the trailer, you can see that Piranha Plant. God, I'm never going to get used to this. But you can see that Piranha Plant is actually still there and still fighting as Pihrana is dancing around and twirling the cages. It's not just any Pihrana, it is Subspace Emissary Pihrana with the cages included that trapped Princess Peach and Zelda. There are a lot of cool things about this character, such as, I don't know what the heck they're doing with long-range characters. You know, you had, who was, I'm trying to think of who was long, it probably started off with, like, the sword fighters, like, Link and Marth, and eventually, it just kept getting longer and longer, and then it was like, here's Corrin with the longest reach in the game, And then they just kept adding, and then they were like, Simon Belmont with the longest reach in the game. And then they're like, here's Pihrana Plant with now the longest reach in the game. I don't actually know if his reach actually is the longest in the game, but from what it looks like, I think so. Now, the artwork itself, it's kind of strange because Pihrana Plant actually has the white lips and then the white teeth that are on each other. So even though it's not a big difference, and you can tell a little bit because in artwork with the color white, you don't have to go very dark for the shades to look very different. You know, going from 80 or 90 to 80 looks insanely different. So even going 3 different looks super crazy. And honestly, I'm glad that I did it that way. But also, something that I had never had to do before that I actually did, and you can see the lips that I put to the side as well, is I actually made an inner lip, because with Pihrana Plant, that's how the head is shaped. So I actually made a second layer of teeth, a second lip, and I did actually eventually add the tongue. Now, because of the shading difference, and how small I made the mouth, because I kind of underestimated, but I made some tweaks to make it look okay. But the mouth could have been bigger. I feel like it's not much of a problem because you can actually see the idea of, hey, here's the inside of the mouth, and, you know, it's not that big, other than maybe, like, room for the tongue, but the angle that it's at, it's not really a problem, and you can see he's already shaping up to look really nice, and I know there's probably going to be somebody who's like, Pihrana Plant doesn't really have a gender, which is fair. I just refer to Pihrana Plant as he for some reason, and I honestly don't know why. But for the teeth themselves, I just kind of copied the 4 there, and I actually made them darker so that you could tell that they were in the background. I did kind of do it a little dark, so I went back over and shaded them again, and then it was all good. Now, if the audio seems off, which I don't know if it is this time, but it has been previously, if it's ever off, it's because of how Movie Maker is handling everything being fast-forwarded. However, this artwork took me an hour and a half, I think, and only putting it on 8 speed, what took it down to like 9 minutes. So it seems like it's actually doing really, really nice. And even though this is such a simple character and such a simple design, you know, there's not much I have to do, and it already looks nice. I could have curved the stem a little bit, and, you know, it might be a little too long, but I don't feel like it's too much of a problem. I did feel, though, that I should add some texture. So what I did is I took a this spotty spray, the spotty air spray, and I took a lighter color as well as a darker color, and I spread it on there, and then I oil-fied it a little bit. So it looks pretty nice, and I did kind of a similar idea with the dirt, where I took a lighter color of dirt, and you can't really see it as much, but I sprinkled it in to look like little dirt pellets. I don't think that's what they're called. And I tried it with a darker color, but it didn't really work. The interesting thing about this version of the Pihrana Plant, though, is because since the Pihrana Plant actually has to move, it has to have the pot. And under the pot is actually these little tiny feet. And people caught this in the direct. They were like, oh my god, these little tiny feet. Because they even zoomed into it. And then you saw this adorable little run animation. I did actually think, as I was putting the tongue, that I should put like the running animation kind of thing, where he's putting his tongue out kind of like a dog would as he's running. And it's just so cute and adorable, and I love it. Seriously, like, again, this is the weirdest character, but one of the greatest. And you might be wondering, okay, Spins, you did the Halloween Growlithe not too long ago, so why are you doing this now, and will we see other art in the future of this month? I am planning on doing more art in this month if I can, because don't tell my mom. But I actually want to try to make kind of a birthday present for her, because her birthday is this month, which, I mean, that kind of adds up. So, yeah, I just kind of was like, it won't be that hard to do God dang it, Pihrana Plant. And unlike for Halloween Growlithe, I actually did shading for this, and it didn't take that long. And honestly, the process to this, usually I'm not a big fan of shading, but this one wasn't that bad, and I mean, there are some areas I could have done better. Like you'll see in a second, the lips. I made the dark one a little bit too dark, which is what I was saying about the whites. You have to be very, very careful and cautious about what you do and how you do it, especially since it's a pure white. So with that in mind, it's actually going to be, like the top, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to make it brighter because it physically can't go brighter. However, the rest of the accents, I feel like, other than like that kind of stuff, I didn't really go over the teeth that much. But the other stuff actually looks really, really nice. And I'm glad that I did this character. If this character wasn't in Smash, though, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I ever would have made an artwork of this character. I did have some trouble with the dark part on the stem, and as I mentioned in the intro, because I realized in the intro, I forgot the leaves. But to be fair, piranha plants usually don't have leaves, and, yeah. I don't think does the potted piranha plant item have the leaves? I don't actually know. That might be just Smash, but I'm not sure. Anyway, though, guys, I'll see you guys in the intro. Or outro. Alright, guys, well, that is the artwork of Pihrana. God dang it! I did it again! What is wrong with me? It spins. That is the artwork. Oh my god, I fogged up my glasses. This is a mess. Okay, that is the artwork of Pihrana Plant. Now, while I did forget the leaves, I do actually really like this art. It's actually one of the ones that I'm most proud of. I really like how the shading turned out, even though it's very simplistic. And, I mean, I might... Okay, so the shading on the bright part, actually was one of my favorite parts, just because it really brought out, like, the color of it. And while I didn't put a shadow underneath, I think that it actually looks cool. And what I did for the end part, even though there's not going to be a bio, the cool thing is that when you look at it, I actually modeled the background off of the Amiibo box art. So I actually really like the design of it, and I really think that it looks nice and cool. So if we do any other Smash-based characters, specifically, that's what I'll do. It's not very likely, though, because if I do, it'll probably be one of the more simple characters, just because that's probably what I'd have time for. But I do like the idea of Pihrana Plant inside the game, and I might actually make a video on my thoughts on Pihrana Plant, because it's such an interesting and weird and ridiculous character, but the moveset is really cool, and I cannot wait to try him out on February 15th. I've already got the Amiibo pre-ordered too, so that's even more cool. So yeah, the stem doesn't have exactly that slant that the Smash one does, but I feel like I did pretty decent spots. I didn't put the spots on the lip, but I put them close. I do actually like the strategy of going and putting the dots and going around the head, though, to get rid of that part. I never even thought about it until that point, and I was like, I love layers so much. And actually, the Pokemon boxes, the red and the white underneath, they work very well for this. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Again, I'm sorry I didn't put the leaves. It slipped my mind, and I I have an off day today. My brain's on vacation, even though I'm actually going to work. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below, A, what you think of the art, but B, what do you think of Pihrana Plant inside of Super Smash Bros. As a playable character. And let me know as well if there's any specific characters or anything like that you'd like to see me do some art of, because feedback is always great. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next art, vlog, whatever type video. Or you can check out my reactions or gaming stuff over on Spade Gas Productions, and I'd still see you guys again. Anyway, though, till next time, keep it safe.